This is lesson 1.2 on networks and graphs, matrices. So we're going to start off with what a matrix actually is. It's just a rectangular array of numbers. The dimensions of any matrix are m by n. So m is just the number of rows and n is the number of columns. So like here I've got a 4 by 3 matrix. So it's got 4 rows, 1, 2, 3, 4, and it's got 3 columns, 1, 2, 3. So our rows go across and our columns go down. Here's an example of a 3 by 3. That's what we call a square matrix. And this is a 4 by 1. So we always describe our matrices as row by column. So we'll look at how we use these matrices. We'll look at matrix multiplication first of all. So think about our matrix, it's row by column when we're describing it. That's also how we multiply them. So we're going to multiply our row by our column. So I start off with the first number in my row times the first number in my column. And then I add on the second number in my row times the second number in my column. And I continue that on if it was a bigger matrix. And that's how we get our first number in our answer. Once I have that one gotten, we just go back and do the exact same thing again. We're going to go row by column. We take our next column. So you can see here I've got my first number by my first number, and then I add on my second number by my second number. So we're always going row by column. So let's look at this example here. I've got matrix A, which is 1, 7, 2, 4. I've got a matrix B with 3, 3, 5, 2, and I want to multiply them together. So we're going to go row by column. And if I do that, I've got 1 times 3 plus 7 times 5. And then we go row by column again. So I'm going to have my 1 and 7, and my next column is 3, 2. So I've got 1 times 3 plus 7 times 2. And this is all we do over and over again anytime we're multiplying matrices, no matter how big they are. So now we can move on to my next row, because that row was finished. I've done everything with my row, the 1, 7 row. So I want to move on to my 2, 4 row. And it's 2, 4 by 3, 5, row by column. And that'll get me 2 by 3 plus 4 by 5. And then I go row by column again. So it'll be 2 by 3 and 4 by 2 this time. And that's my answer. I just need to tidy this up a little bit. So I've got my 1 times 3 plus my 7 times 5. I can tidy up to 38. I've got my 1 times 3 plus 7 times 2 is 17. I've got my 2 times 3 plus 4 times 5 is 26. And my 2 times 3 plus 4 times 2 for 14. And that's my answer for my multiplication of these two matrices. So it's row by column. Here we've got the same two matrices, but I flipped them around. We're going to try and multiply B by A this time. And we're just going to show you that matrix multiplication is not commutative. That means if I multiply A by B, I might not get the same answer as B by A. Now usually numbers, like if I say 4 by 2, I get 8. But if I say 2 by 4, I also get 8. That's because normal multiplication is commutative, but my matrix multiplication isn't. And we're going to see that here now. So let's try this one yourself. Try to multiply B by A. Just remember row by column. All right, so let's have a look at our answer here. If I multiply this out, I've got 3 by 1 and 3 by 2. That's my row by column first. Then I got my top row by my second column. Then I've got my second row by my first column and my second row by my second column. So there's all my workings. So when we tidy this up, B times A is 933, 943. And we have a quick look back. We can see that's different than A times B. Again, that's because it's not commutative. So A times B may not be the same as B times A. Let's try multiplying these two 3 by 3 matrices together. Just remember the same thing. It's row by column. It's no different than the first two examples. It's just a little bit more work. So pause the video, give this one a go yourself. Alright, so let's check out our answer for this matrix multiplication here. So remember, we're always going to go row by column. So if I start off, I've got my 12 by 5, I've got my 8 by 6, and I've got my 4 by 7. I just multiply all that, add them all together, and that gets my answer for the first number in my matrix A. So if we keep doing that for every single row and column, we'll eventually end up with 136, 380, 172, 215, 424, 386, 163, 371, and 259. So there's a lot of work involved in that. It's very meticulous. Make sure you take your time and make sure you take care with your workings. So just to recap, most important thing with matrix multiplication is remembering row by column. Once you keep doing that over and over again, we'll end up with our answer.
If you like this video, you'll love our notes. You can get some for free in the link in the description of this video.